Hello and welcome to today's news update. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell on Changfied YouTube channel so you never miss the latest news. I will first speak in English and then I will repeat the same news in Toknat. So if you don't understand English, please wait for Toknat's version. Barai cha kenyam ka tok English ka kor barai ka Toknat ka jan news mani. Mi jerami mo jadid please ko subscribe and guaya and bana wukan news dan de kon lim kwasa mani. Well, today we bring you breaking news about the trial of South Sudan first by President and leader of the SPLM-IO, Dr. Machar, His Excellency Dr. Machar, along with 7 other political detainees. This is not an ordinary court case. It is a political trial that many people believe has no real evidence, no real foundation, and is being used as a weapon to silence voice of opposition and those calling for change in South Sudan. Well, the first hearing is tentatively scheduled for Monday, September 2022, where the so-called prosecutors are expected to stand before a panel of judges and present their charges. But according to many political analysis, community leader and ordinary citizen, these charges are not based on truth but on lies that have been carefully prepared to damage the image of Dr. Machar and his allies. Now let us break this down. The prosecutors are expected to present charges against Dr. Machar and the other 7 detainees, but here is the big question: what are these charges really about? From what we have learned, the charges are not criminal in nature. They are politically motivated. That means they are being used as a strategy to weaken the opposition, to block reform, and to make sure those in power can continue ruling without any challenges. This is not the first time such tactics have been used in South Sudan. We all remember the crisis of 2013 and 2016, when political disagreement turned into conflict and thousands of innocent people lost their life. Instead of choosing dialogue, reconciliation, and peace, leaders use imprisonment, propaganda, and trial as a weapon against one another. Now, my brothers and sisters, let us think about what this trial really means for peace in our country. The 2018 peace agreement was signed with the hope of ending year of suffering. That agreement brought together Dr. Machar and President Salva Kiir Mayardit, as well as other opposition leaders, so that South Sudan could move forward. But if today one of the key partners in that peace agreement is being accused falsely, then what future does the peace deal really have? If you jail or silence one partner, the whole agreement becomes weak. Peace cannot be built on lies. Peace cannot be built on trial that are meant to intimidate. Peace only works when all sides are respected, listened to, and treated equally. Many South Sudanese citizens inside the country and abroad are already speaking about this trial. On social media, in the diaspora communities, and even in the villages, people are asking, why now? Why target Dr. Machar at this time? Some say this is just a distraction, a way to shift attention from the real problem that citizens are facing: poverty, insecurity, lack of salaries, and the ongoing economic crisis in South Sudan. And instead of addressing those issues, the regime want to make Dr. Machar the enemy so that people forget the failure of leadership in Juba. Others believe it is a calculated move to stop him from playing any future role in the political landscape, because we know, despite all the difficulties, Dr. Machar remains one of the strongest voices for reform, federalism, and democracy in South Sudan. Let us not forget that this is not the first time Dr. Machar has been targeted. Throughout South Sudan history, from the liberation struggle to independence and beyond, Dr. Machar has often been accused, demonized, and even labeled as a criminal. But every time the truth come out, every time people see that these accusations are not about justice but about politics. Remember in 2014 when he was called a rebel leader responsible for violence. Later, international reports show that atrocities were committed on both sides, and that the government itself carried out massacre in Juba against innocent Nuer civilians. But still, the blame was put on Machar. Today, the same tactic is being repeated, using the courtroom instead of the battlefield, but with the same goal to silence him. As your reporter and commentator, let me share my personal view about this. South Sudan need peace. South Sudan need dialogue. South Sudan need leader who sit down together, not leader who throw each other into prison. This trial is not the answer. If the government believe it as a case, then let the trial be fair. Let it be open. Let the world see the evidence. But if there's no real evidence, then stop wasting time and let leader focus on building the nation. Because every time we fight among ourselves, every time we arrest and accuse each other, it is the ordinary people who suffer. It is the farmer, the children, and the mother in the village who pay the price. Now, what might happen next? The hearing is scheduled for September 22, 2025. But remember, it is only tentative. That means it can change. It can be postponed, cancelled, or even rushed forward, depending on the political situation. If the trial goes ahead, there are three possible outcomes. Number one, the charges are dismissed. That would prove what men are saying, that the case was empty from the beginning. Second, the trial continued for a month. This would create more tension, weaken the peace deal, and risk a new division in the country. Thirdly, the trial is used as a political bargaining. In other words, it could be a way to pressure Dr. Machar and the SPLM-IO into making concessions. Whichever outcome happens, the truth is this: the trial will not solve South Sudan problem. Only genuine dialogue, reform, and leadership can do that. To our viewer, let me remind you that history has shown us something important. No matter how long injustice continues, truth will always win. The message comes from the supporter of Dr. Machar and the detainees is very clear. The way they say we shall overcome it finally. And yes, one day justice will prevail. The people of South Sudan deserve peace, freedom, and government that serve them, not one that divide them. Jawling yana magwasa me Raja Chagor la Shangadan and ba Dr. Machar baje luka je chaja lat. No. Na me malat kona me first by President Dr. Riek Machar Kwera Spilayo. His Excellency Dr. Machar ten Durgon. Kan ne dangbaro ko kentin konen chaga yen kel. Dr. Machar chai yen wal ne ko gwasa ngai kona. Antem me chala no baje nan gwalok chede men ci kona ling. Ala court case ke gwalok me shi method. Jen politic. Ka politic mangai keno men yan ka je ke men balu ka je metal tar yaten. Tele la tar bad yan kene jalora bang. Ke wajilu lora bang. En melat ke magwat me gurgne jen go ba ta kume kade mandanan cerealeka gor jen o baje yar telam bala nenten. So michit kene me jen sholne idealan temeno kirma yadit dere gorno del lo Dr. Machar deno dere we nangne jagwalok. Ka jo chalat gwase me wa chengan ba lukma baje to kaje. Okay. Ashanka jan dang rawi de raw ka pai bangwan ron kina dang rawi de jan dang rawi de diech menyone o de je luk baje to ka jelat ka jan joka mene akwela la Monday de September 22 2025 ba luk ba Riek Machar ba jan angwalok no chinete kontila prosecutors waken bika chubun wanamo kan panel of judges kan ganuchup wa bike case ni ken ke charges bikan ko person alatin kono kwa charge ne tin content cha yen kel ke Dr. Machar ba ka dilulu no ka jo chalat gwaseme wa political analysis kana community leader ka ordinary citizen melat ka gwaseme wa endo bana ba Riek Machar wa jen chi tok wa ka kaine kadi shari alika ko ba ture Dr. Machar ba je yarne tin kontila jitare jena dana to kontama ya go jingne no jene tok so ko system me cha use a kenewen ne ka gwate wan o bi kan image dun Dr. Machar bi kan yar kanetin konti la jikwar kana jigujina na la prosecutors kanetin kontin baring Machar ba duer ka ba ko lat bu ko ra cha against Dr. Machar be karing Machar bu kan lat jor kan ne dang barotin konen ticket kel bati jene kan charges ni ka tinken ketin kontin ci reng Machar ka yar ten ba ja kula we lat ke jeno reng Machar te ka duer chan tung man chan nga jalong no wal tin ci tuok no tele duer mitradian karing Machar tele duer mi ci duer duno lat ke je ko ba opposition ba ka ja ka ne pal pal ko biga talot ko gorga jengo en rammo te kalwang ba power ba je wo kaje so me to kring Machar mene dial ko kenbo ba to ka nyamon bi ngai gwasem ne me ci en chang nyam no baring Machar ba je la de jegre wi ka South Sudan je to ge 2013 charing Machar joira je nyo to ge 2016 chai jojrar mi che te ke rol motor mi ci to ka kume la kim yadi la cha choose no bering Machar ba je nak ba la ring Machar la kana bring Machar bro da bar and then ba lo lan mal do den bring Machar nyoko luñ rey wich ba reconciliation ba lo lat ba dialogue ba jalat but after that you chiring Machar ci ben ba ring Machar ba jegono jentele je dur la tok den ba mal ba ñom lat ke je kaken god reality milari gya to gone la ne chup ke kin la ken liu more than 1000 people la ken liu within tam dan kwa peace agreement kwa la lip ke je kala kin ma yadi tan wena mo ja gorno jene ba mal be jenong so candid content yar ke South Sudan ke tichit ke tin ko kari dialti ke de kapchong de kir ma yadi der right der jenok der lo marka der jenok transitional government da na sha tan ke 2018 no der je gorno der je implement bat she da ka jen mukuji SPLA ayo ko la ka jo ko jentama so men balling jene we kono bi mal be tin mi charing Machar chaje luk rewi ka South Sudan medan me tanke ron kin dang rewel badda kala male tanke je ko bi mal be ben right she point de kir chero da commit reng Machar chero de commit ba no bi ga mal be kana tai reng Machar cho mal cho je tanke jiena ka South Africa kame she 2016 me ko to kam ne kir then cho ka South Africa gwa de chaje yenten lunde jok loy ken jokoted international community IGAD ka Africa Union lunien jok then chamal cha blat cha jogo no jin normal ne ke nok de kamal cha jogo no jin bone bo ko juba and then ko juba chi men chi kon dia langacho agreement da na jen jak Dr. Machar ko bo ko juba ma cho ko juba ka teda agent 2018 peace agreement so minyo da gwano jen mi chiram mo men ku yen mala no lat kel ka che chubre kudure ke juba yen malat keram ka bile o yen angu nyodama nyodan je no shi agreement dan che jek male dan e shi atan che jek en mal che de wono tele mal me de lat ke kach reng Machar te ne ke juba de ne ke kir mi yadi te gon te gol tin kon ku ke ne tin kon te la ne reng Machar ku kan le la me gon kon te tin ke kire ke chiru den gang mi chire ne mana ala ta yan ke reng Machar che mal che benong ke ta danan ba ya luka je tel ma mal benong ka jo danan cha ma ngai ke ta mene dial ne tu ngare wi ka South Sudan meneraru South Sudan bane roi kana longa no en ma ba try la ba tu ga ke luka ba lu reng Machar ne ken ne me shi ma gwa la je longa ne tu ngwan ka social media no men do ba danan lel kir ma yadi de jam cha mal che je yar ngum la de jantama angu ko Riek Machar ko je target ke jama ke jan tama me wona ke election ke jama wana mene a distraction no ko shine de content rewi ka South Sudan tin chuch tin tel kon mi sham ke ko ngai kon economy ki jek no she corruption cha jalat embezzlement ayo diale konte cha South Sudan jako de kan de na kap ke all the civil servant tell you to cap kan ke lot of things that are messing up ka South Sudan di shala de kir kana ne ko la jukware ati diala to ku kan goro bi kana divert ko charge be blem ne dial bi focus zen be ticket Dr. Machar no jaram dan la gwandwiri while in fact kir jaram dan ticket ki mele ti jeg dial ka di dial daga jaka gwa jen ku ne na wari por wala ji wen tong me la international community kan kuri polo no ngo ano kirm yadit cha corruption che jalat ko tele salar me kamane to continent ray which insecurity jatin poverty jatin ray ka South Sudan and jok the ongoing economic crisis jatre wi ka South Sudan can all this issue kirikiti there address ne ka there jang ka ko bi ka tel in a stage jen we kamiyen and Dr. Machar jakering Machar ko ba gwantera ko gor jen obinated continent ray wi ka South Sudan chicken will der kering Machare cha yen or chatted so jen rioga na ke bot ken security be reng Machar be tension and alwe kula divert kaja ba kulu gini reng Machare gwandwere so jen ta dana yos ke kirmi yadit so mugo ikona ajin mi jiramla ti dia tin la lat ke re wi ka South Sudan la ka gurla tok dere nen won ne jenana ni chang mi shirye ke talk la tension South Sudan ke la weten kodi la lat ke te de kir ba kor ba je to bana ko focus ka kor mo tine de ti tin chure wi ka South Sudan ba chu tele kwak tele mila road so ba minus ba je divert into something else ajam ne tamane di al shama ni cha ka shift ge kenere mo charge ram gondwer you can focus ko to South Sudan take a bot South Sudan take economic crisis South Sudan take a lack of salaries check tao tele yur kapka South Sudan take insecurity mitten but bana focus reng Machar so na me chagu jeno jen do mi cha calculate ki move ko baring Machar baje stop ko jen shabelet a woniam katin kon balat ko ngai kon tin niam ngai kon no te kuin kwar det tin ke tun wande lat bat nyot ka je Dr. Machar no jen cheram bu woniam re ti dialati ti lat ko den tin that is the reason why menen kon antama no shikir mi yadit taja gor no dongde reng Machar no dera lwar reti dialtin so ci konjo mi chene me chana ngach ano kir la dan le ke le ko destroy ni reng Machar cher ya reng Machar ka ko jen mi ya reng Machar ka dio je mal che cha jala ne wal je la reng Machar la all the time and go ne Ramadan lo ko bi mal beben e kir mi no ko mal che cha je implement wal in transitional government dane tanke je ko be mal beben by election ba jelat ba dial ba khare including power sharing dane charel but key refuse to honor that agreement ajam ne nyana tama ci kuma spelay go ci ka kairar economy reng Machar ba je look so men ne bo ci ne bille la naitin konti kel ke kirma yadit so ci ne bille ta agreement dane sha tan abne ta karoda kibne focus ka ko kien alon tama chen charing Machar chaja kuluk chirim ba luke ka do bran kala reje no ka changa jandang ro idero ka jan pai bong wana me ba je luk chen jandang ro idero ka pai bong ron kin dang ro jandang ro idie ba reng Machar ba je luk akene chang ba je lu ban ngoda ba tok no mi jidit amone amal mu de dien chele la mal mu de ten no won so ba tok no mal mu jidit ka ngai konen wo mal mu jidit mu to ko je la resource ni to ko ken la ka gore bredi albika bej kamo kir mi yadi weje look and when mo brek be chudu tin jet ko be korbe you to nyok so ko all this thing char gor no de ka to re wika South Sudan do no kir is busy chiremana ngai kon diala gor ga jeno de mal derben but kir mi yadi chejenok so what is the way forward right now ka South Sudan gor mal gor jeno de mal der tin but kir she nok so mrai konene nang Dr. Machar ko ba nang walok washi option trial and an latke washi magwa achang men chi jete ke ne tungwan la defend lawyer tungwan ta chari en laden o bikan chong kel ke Dr. Machar namo washi chong ke chi magwa wa be kreni lo the problem re which ka South Sudan so again me ti ko rodan no ngula way forward entama do ba dien banaw nyam ke je what do you think many charming garping guadama guano reng Machar der wo nyam guadadan na waje lukten so much gana many South Sudan gor na mal gor ni peace and obi mal ben gor dialogue gor watch atugo kanere kontila jilwa kot ne kontila jidawich no en ram mo me luang watch ko dong der mal der ben and then der watch but to dialogue ke tien go ba nang nuare chirmanan ci to ka Nasser bokon wari karen yale jet kemi tok tiang kit india lat karodian all this thing cha mal cha de binong re wika South Sudan mo kuma ngoda ko nwer ko target ko kaneti chunkel kereng machana mo bocha gwabo ala ya goro no jin bene diala to bi ka respect ka ta danan chunkan kaja rama no kana mo mede kana goro dende ka lot kaja so jo me jana no goro de nya kon kel me jira me jidit gwase me ka ci chugo channel men please goro no jin bi nyane de ko ken kenyam lana goro no bro ka tok english tin ko bailing ne kon dial kon dong go randong da link ki ne jor ko ken anyok rewde dong mi jira maran ka gori no bi tok na billing news ko lar rudien bi ben gwad mi ke bi jen ba de ro bakkan wala online tv channel ko ken bon der wi agwela tin kon lat ko rodien ko channel kon wanka gwa and thank you chulote de long an bi ta mal ban je la rodien bye bye